Well, I'm Leo Grady. I'm the founder and CEO of Jonah. I did my PhD in AI 20 years ago, and I've been building AI applications in healthcare this whole time. Uh, Built AI for radiology, for cardiology, for pathology, written several books on AI, and also have been on the investor side as well. Had multiple FDA approvals in AI systems in healthcare, and recently started Jonah because I believe that the gut microbiome is the most important opportunity in health today. But the complexity of the gut microbiome and the fast speed of the scientific literature really requires AI for us to be able to truly analyze this data, connect it to our health, and then figure out what to do about it.
Perfect. So could you please, Leo, share with us, like more about the Jonah test, just like tell us more information, like for example, like what makes Jonah different from the other microbiome tests as well?
Can I do that with a few slides?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I think that'll allow me to answer this question. I think you need to allow me to. There we go.
hmm
Great. So, uh, at Jonah, we say that we believe in a world in which microbiome testing is more common than blood work and more important than blood work. And the reason is because every aspect of your health has been linked with the gut microbiome. So it's not just GI disease, but it's also obesity, metabolic health, cardiovascular health, mental health, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's have been linked with the gut microbiome. Autoimmune conditions, skin disease has been linked with the gut microbiome. Even athletic performance and physical endurance have been linked with the gut microbiome. But the challenge with the microbiome is that it's so complex. You have 30 trillion organisms that live in your gut. They change over time, and the collective DNA of all of these organisms is 1,000 times the DNA of your human cells. Furthermore, the literature on the microbiome is exploding. Every single month, we have more than 2,000 studies published on the microbiome in PubMed. Now, I don't care who you are, no human being can read 2,000 studies a month. And so, what we did at Jonah is we built an AI system to read all of these studies. The AI then translates all of that information. We offer you a gut microbiome test, and then the AI is matching the patterns in your microbiome to every study ever published. So we can say your microbiome fits the profile of everything from Crohn's disease to anxiety to psoriasis. And then we go a step further. The AI also reads the science on how to change your microbiome with diet, lifestyle, supplements, and drugs. And we make a digital twin of your gut and we simulate what happens if you go vegan, what happens if you do intermittent fasting. And based on all of the current science, we know how these things change your microbiome. And so we can simulate that in your gut and figure out how these things are going to work for you. And that allows us to digitally, virtually give you every single dietary change, every lifestyle change, every supplement, every drug, and really figure out what's going to work best for optimizing your personal health. We built Jonah for three groups of people. People who are having health issues that are trying to find root causes and ultimately solutions. For athletes, biohackers, the longevity community that are trying to look better, feel better, and perform better. And then also for a general wellness community that's concerned with prevention. So I'll stop there, but I think that gives you an idea of what we do at Jonah and who we built it for.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, like it's very, very interesting. I mean, I personally can't wait to do Jonah test and like see my results. But I mean, since like you've been in this journey, like for a while and you build a product around that, could you tell me like how did it help you personally? Like, did you change your diet? Like, did you eliminate certain products from your diet? Like, how did it help you to optimize your lifestyle?
Well, me personally, I really don't have any health issues. So there was really nothing for me to fix. Um, the way in which Jonah has changed me personally has really been more through the effect on my family, of which I do have people who have health issues that we've been able to identify root causes and solutions. On a personal level, I eat fewer processed foods than I did before. Even things like, artificial sweeteners, aspartame, Diet Coke, things like that. I didn't appreciate how bad they are for your gut microbiome. So I never had a lot of those, but I have even less of them now. And I am more plant focused than I used to be, even though I still do eat meat.
Meat, like fish as well. But like when you were showing the slides, so one of the slides said that like you can download, like the information and say, for example, oh, like I'm a vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian, and like the platform is Jonah is uses is basically can kind of like give like a better answer or
What
what's
we what we
exactly.
do what we do, Leah, is we say um, we look at your microbiome today and we say, what would happen if Leah went vegan,
Mm,
right? And we know based on all this science how going vegan is going to change your gut microbiome. So what we do is we take your current gut and we simulate a vegan Leah.
mhm,
And we see if that vegan Leah is going to be, healthier, more energetic than the current Leah, right? And then we can do the same thing with gluten-free. We can do the same thing with, pescatarianism, with, metformin. Really, digitally, we can give you every single diet, every lifestyle, every supplement, every drug that's been studied, which is over 4,000 different interventions. And so by simulating each one of those, we can figure out what is actually going to work best for your biology based on all of the known science today.
mhm. And so the platform Jonah uses is like powered by AI. I can basically like chat like with my own results.
No, it's not a chatbot. It's an AI system that has read all of the scientific literature, so more than 200,000 studies, and then used all of that knowledge to interpret the organisms that were measured in your gut. So, knowing that certain organisms being higher or lower are associated with different diseases, are associated with different diets, the AI is able to apply the knowledge of reading all of these studies to really analyze what's going on in your microbiome, and then through the simulation, through the digital twin, to figure out what to do about it. But it's not a chatbot. It's really doing this AI analysis of the data and of the scientific literature.
So like once like I have my result, I can just, for example, let's say if I want to add metamorphin, right, like in my diet. So there is a list and I can just like, for example, tick and like ask, and then like I will give like the result. Like it's kind of like also interactive for the users to play like with the different information.
Currently, it's not interactive. What the AI does is actually optimize your gut microbiome for you by
Hmm.
figuring out what dietary changes and what lifestyle changes are going to be optimal for you.
Hmm.
In the future, we will allow you to interact with it and say, what if I were to do this? How would that affect my gut? How would that affect my health? But that interactivity is not there yet. Currently, the thing that prevents us from doing it is just the compute speed of all of these simulations. So, in order to be able to make it truly interactive, we need to work on getting that down.
Got it. Interesting. Well, let's, like jump to like some questions. Also, I see that the Chao Wong join us. Hello. So, what are the biggest misconception people have about the microbiome today, especially like in the wellness and supplement world?
I think there are a couple. One misconception I hear a lot is that there are good guys and bad guys. There are bad bugs and there are good bugs. And the reality is it's not so simple, right? Some of the good bugs, like Akkermansia, when they're at low levels, that low levels of Akkermansia are absolutely associated with a range of health issues. However, so many people think of it as a good bug. However, when you have high levels of akkermansia, that's actually associated with Parkinson's disease, right? So it's too simple to think of good guys and bad guys. What's really a better way to think about it is that you have this ecosystem in your gut, and it's really all of the organisms interacting together and how it functions that really impacts your health. So what I hear a lot of times in the wellness world is people focus on, this particular organism, Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, Akkermansia, and they get really excited about it, or they read a paper about it, or they saw like a TikTok about it. But the reality is that that's just one organism in this whole complex ecosystem. And the entire ecosystem matters. And it's not as simple as just focusing on the level of one organism.
So your recommendation would be not to focus on something one, it's just to add like a multiple like a microorganisms or what?
Well, I mean, my recommendation is that you have to be able to analyze your entire gut microbiome if you're going to understand what's going on.
Mm.
Right? You can't just look at one organism. That's why we built this platform at Jonah, because it reads all of the science and interprets that entire ecosystem and figures out what it means for your health and what you can do about it. So it avoids the need for you to learn that yourself because it's really impossibly complex to do that.
How much can we really change our microbiome and how long does it take to see the shift?
It depends. You absolutely can change it. And it depends how you change it. If you take antibiotics, your microbiome is going to change almost immediately. If you get food poisoning, for example, your microbiome may change almost immediately. If all you do is, make a dietary change, it may take a few weeks for that change to show up in your microbiome. So it really depends on the type of change you're making as to how long you're going to see it. Most of the time, it's 6 to 8 weeks before you see like a major change, but you can absolutely change it.